Welcome back. You are still sitting with Stan at season 4. Today we're discussing players, free agents, and also Lama players. Ocabanga ukuthi they are down and out. Are they out ngempela yini? Noma seqalile ukurevive career yabo? Preston, you work closely with these players. And also, if you look at our careers abo and mental health in Tebalegil, but in Yazamogwabuis, and also we've seen amanyama players Ogwazil Ogwabuisa into kule game. Kubanzima kangakanani to bring back those players and ubafake line after sebedlule kule simo abadlule kusona.
Yeah, not easy, not easy. I was speaking to Lento Konamanje ukuthi ke makungakasho kuwe ngaphakathi ukuthi mani ya ithi ngiyeke lento usazobuyela futhi some players go to lento le abantu mabayo rehab yeah. Some goes to the rehabs and then mabayile ku rehab even noma sebuya after 2 weeks 10 days he's been there. Even noma sebuya after 10 days ungathi uhlaphukelo kancane iviki and then uyakhuluma naye ke bheka ke boy ngoba manje usasemnandanga kahle. It's not easy manje. Ufuna ukwenzana, ufuna kuba icoach manje or usafuna ukudlala ibhola. Abanye they still want to come back but it's not easy. It's not easy. Nina ma calls almost every day. Some even want to come to the show. Ugerald bekhona la. Ngizesambiza futhi ukuthi akeze because I know ama problems wa.
Yeah.
But I'm happy ukuthi naye uyibonile lento. And he's now becoming somebody. Abekho baningi abangayenza leyo. Abanye bagcine sebahambile ma.
Kakhulu.
Abanye basegcine sebahambe kokugcina. Nini masouthi yezwa sebayakufonela ufonela umama wakhe or usisi wakhe ukuthi lo muntu lo akasekho ufune usuke la uyebo fanda esibukeng man uyongcwaba. Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but what makes me happy today is this is the best episode we have ever made with these guys. Because these guys, they are saying they are all. And I'm hoping and I'm praying, the generation now must learn from these guys. Not everyone can bounce back. Kufana now, I'm a coach. Nam bengi coach musukal. Angeke ube nale inhlanhla manje sengize ngineshow yami manje. No, akekho omunye ongabuya beneshow.
If you look at the stories ka Brighton, it was very touching. When we moved to ungasatholi lutho depression iyaqala. But ke safika leso sikhathi kuwena sengasangeni lutho because abantu abaningi bathi ngingasangeni lutho bawelele kakhulu ngala etshwaleni. Ikushayile isekafika leso sikhathi se depression kuwena?
Yeah, mina brother sike safika ivara yabo and as ngisho mina was buried alive more or less. Than Brighton. Brighton because of injury. Mina big tent reputation and at the early age.
You're buried alive.
Yeah, ngamanye amagama ukunqotsha philo. Yeah, so bovela umuntu ade mfana unzima man. But ngesibe naye uzosimoshela team, yabona. And in South Africa if bak retire sooner date ngeke bahlule ukuthi bangayimameli whatever show media because media can be iyakwakha iphinde ibulala. So if we have about two junior Khanye way Kaizer Chiefs wenze 1 2 3 4 and i brand club yabo and la uzoya khona if Kaizer Chiefs had to release you bakubona abantu ukuthi umfana lo musumnandi bamiyeka kanjani ana 21 definitely sure bazoshoot now kunobunzima kakhulu. You understand? So mina ke ama case face Brighton nguya kuba emotional kakhulu. Mina 2011 they killed my father on my birthday bengibeka Tshabalala and a family friend beyikhona yenze yonke lento and I was the witness. So bekumele kunqamuke nami ukuze case iphele. So the case took 4 years. So bekuyimne olede court sihambe eDelmas High Court where Senzo attend. I think if I'm not mistaken kunamanye ama case wakhe beka attend la. I-case yakhe uSenzo. So be deep kakhulu because same person obuleli time intwana bengikhosha family friend yasekhaya. Ngapha whereby angisaspani, uyabona? Mangasaspani angisaspani thanks to mama bantwana bami bayi3 ngisupportela abantwana mfethu umuntu amphiwe yabona ngisupportela abantwana ngibe na that lucky but ukuthi angangi-expose to media or whatever uyangi-understand but emotional game ama-emotions wami bengekho right ngoba as uBrighton ashilo my brother if akusangeni imali and uyijwayela imali whether mina angeke ngibekhe ukuthi ubani uthini ama-footballers asibe patient. Remember kunzima nokuthi bakutshele uba in charge uphethe imali awufuni ukutshelwa yonke into right oyishoyo as ngizuBenson akhuluma elinye igama sifuna abantu abazositshela which is lapho ukhuluma iqiniso so ufuna yonke into oyiqine ngawe i-ATM awufuni ukufola uyangi-understanda ngichaza ukuthi i-patient awubi nayo yonke into it's about you so bese lento ayisayenzeki and whereby ngifacele le case njengoba ngisho mina ngicase nge-18 2011 benginqwaba itime bekuyibirthday yami bengingasaspani lost my car yami ithathe ibhenki ke idla indlu nayo imoto so gone back home lama friend bengibabiza ngama friend abangena uNkulunkulu usebenza ngendlela makavala into zakho vula zabantu obehamba nabo angithi basuke bakubonisa ukuthi bekuyisikelelo some of member umndeni bakhona abantu maybe 2-3 that will believe ukuthi usengabuyela uyangi-understand so mina mfethu mina ngincede ichurch brother I won't lie to you akusumuntu ophilayo the calling was too loud I went to church mangiqeda ukuwa ngemoto 20 ngibe na 15 accidents mina 9 with 1 car and yes
15 accidents
I'm not ashamed to say that
9
eyokugcina ishaye ngenhloko yabona ngibe ne-injury ye-1 year 3 months I think it was 2012 bengihamba no-brocade heavily drunk bengi-blackout so bekunzima bekungekho easy yes ulala udlile but remember the life ebesoyiphila if izophunyuka just like that and abantwana bakho you want the best abantwana bakuba ne-pressure mina njengoba ngisho bengikhuluma no-Brighton la ngaphandle uthola ama-situation whereby sometimes intwana akhe encane yakutshela ukuthi baba kanti esikolweni wayi bangitshela ngawe bathi bewenza 1 2 3 4 5 bekumele ngabe udlala eSpain maybe Barcelona or Madrid so uyayivala nje fast ukuthi intwana ingezalo buhlungu ngoba umntwana nawe anifani mfethu wena uyiparent umzalile so mayifika kuye ayifika mnandi and sekafela ukuthi umntanakho so awulimazi wena kuphela mfethu your mama akagibela itaxi njenge-Oledlam mina belingitshela maligibela itaxi abalazi ukuthi Oledlam belinokuzwenye inkulumo ihlalela kabuhlungu ngapha ubhekane ne-situation eTshamalam so mfethu idla yonke iphathi idla yonke engel ayibi easy uyangi-understand awubuyi ngizuPresident akhuluma le gama mhlambe siyalikhuluma singalizwisisi akusi-theory le you don't come back akusi-easy awubuyi
akukho easy Brighton ukubuyela kuwena if you look at the situation and you also mentioned that when your contract was terminated you were still coming out of the operation obviously sekukuningi ke manje not only le situation okuyona but usucabangela nekusasa lakho what was the most disappointing part yaleyo situation yonke nje
sure I think in my case I think off air we're talking about it no President would sometimes say mina umuntu engamblame kakhulu ungibulele yeah because he taught me so much at a very young age you know ubuntu he taught me ukuthi ngiphila kanjani abantu but the main important thing that he taught me is to be selfless in everything that I do mina ngilo umuntu lo uthi mengiphethe 10 rand wathi awunasenkwa kweyami yokugcina nginika le 10 rand ngithi hayi ngawari you know so coming back to your question I remember the team when Vets got sold to TTM. I had just renewed my contract with Vets, 4-year contract. So the agreement was that, no, the team will take care of everything, relocation fee and everything, of which I did all those things from my own pocket because I grew up in an environment where I was taught to be professional, you know, and I knew a good team. After changing my life, njoba ngisho ukuthi bengijwayele ukuthi uPrapula uzongilethela ibasket, I had to adjust quick. That's what he taught me throughout. When you get to Rome, you do as the Romans do, you know, and you make use with what you get and appreciate. So moved down to Venda from my own pocket. No, the team said, no, they'll pay it back. Okay. Team got sold to Polokwane. Phela mina ngiphethe record, I'm telling you 3 times in a season. You know? Yeah. So let's move from Venda to PLK, same thing. I had to relocate from my own pocket again. On top of that, the team is ankolota ma-signing fee. So ngiyahleka makasho kanje ukuthi he had to forfeit his contract because I remember one day he did say ukuthi yabona le ndlela engihambayo usazoyihamba. And ukuyihamba kwakho, unfortunately, you'll suffer for also some of the things that I did, you know, to pave indlela right. And today, it takes me back to what he said back then. Because nami ngifikile ngathi chairman Mamela asenze so. Signing fee lonke leta yona, relocation fee. Ngiyabona mani team usana kuthenga team ufuna ukulungisa izinto. Asi-forfeit mfowethu asilungisa team ngoba I saw a vision and I was trying to be a leader.
Babekweleta malini?
I don't even remember anymore. Never. But I did forfeit substantial amount. Signing on fee plus lo bewimali. So mengi forfeita with that thing ukuthi no man. Plus I was the vice captain at that time. We're building that team. I could see something. You know, the team spirit was good. And then I said, no, chairman, khohlwa inkinga lezi ezinye asizama ukuvala la singavala khona. And then at a later stage uzongibonga wena njengomuntu omdala. I don't know how. Now, so the disappointing part is that time came for him now to say as a father angeke ngikulahle. You know, when I got injured 7th of April. But most people only knew about this in September. Only because when I got injured, a team in Nedbank, I asked management to keep quiet about it. Don't tell the players, don't tell the press. That very same month, that's when they stopped paying my salary. I had every time, guys, manje salary yami kanjani? Nothing. Till today, we won in Nedbank. Anginayo ngisho ibonus eNedbank mina. Anginayo ngisho imedal eNedbank. Ethathwe mhlambe ifakwa umalume kaSibanibani, who's not even part of the team. But I was going around doing interviews, which a team would send me to do interviews with Robert, with Thomas and whatnot. Not even once had I said anything bad about the team. Bangboz, hey man, all right, is the team treating you well? Knowing in the back of my mind that I'm not getting a salary, yes. I'd say, no. The team has been good to me, the chairman, they are very helpful, the medical team. Knowing what I'm driving half blind up and down Polokwane, Jozi, attending my own doctors that I'm paying from my own pocket, you know? And the sad part about this whole thing is when umtomdala aglahlele phansi kwebhasi, someone who's supposed to shield you, to protect you, you know? To a point that the chairman was interviewed to say, no, he's part of us, this boy, we'll find something for him.
I remember.
He said that, but at the same time, deep down inside, you know that you're not paying me. In fact, you are planning to terminate my contract. To a point that when they terminated my contract, but a misconduct, AWOL, but they know that I'm going to medical checkups. But nevertheless, the lesson that I took from this is that sometimes in life you'll be tested. You know, and Leo test, Leo, it's a test of character, not just to say you're not going to come out, you're not going to make it. You know, it's a reminder that you must always embrace hardships the same way that you used to cherish, you know, good times. And till today, I still say that much as God might have taken my eyesight, but it gave me a bigger vision.
Preston, he touched on paying his own medical bills and also the on-signing fees. Let's look at the medical side of it. Akuvamisile ukuthi player manisayina nikwazi ukuthi nikhave yonke into, especially ama-injuries and especially kwi-situation efana neyakhe.
Yeah, true. Ikhona ukuthi nje imizi ayifani. Amaklabhu awafani. In our team ikhona zonke lezo zinto. They look after players, especially on their medical side, because they do go to physios, they do go to doctors, paid for. So it's not easy to some other clubs, like the team he was in. It wasn't easy. But having said that, the man who's in charge of that team, who happens to be the president, he's a reputable guy. He's a learned guy. Fundile lo muntu. He knows ukuthi manje what this boy is going through. It's not fair on the youngster. It's not fair. Definitely not fair. He's lost monies now. Ngokuthi manje azibhatalele le madlana le yathi uyibekile ukuthi manje ikhave ingane zakhe nonkosikazi. He has to take out from logo kufihlile to pay for his medical bills. It's not fair. Some other people are heartless. Ngazuthi abana bantwana. It's painful. Yeah, kubuhlungu nami ngiyabazwela mana labafana mabaloku badlala ibhola. That's why I always insist ukuthi ndoda angithi ungathenga imoto. Angithi ungayithenga imoto. But beka enye. Ungathenga imoto manje uthole manje 1 million isayini ngonfipe unenhlanhla wena. Uhamba uyothenga imoto ye 1 million ngesayini ngonfee. Asivume kwesinye isikhathi usithi no ama-official kodwa mara ama-official madoda kanti wona sekufuneka ukuthi manje ayolanda imali yakho manje akuthathele yona ngengane ngoba bona nabo mabakunikeza bayaba-induct. Ikhona induction kakhulu lapha eklabhini eyam-chairman inducts you when you come. Uyakutshela ukuthi lalela impilo yakho it will never be the same masodlalela le club. This is a big club. Kusasa njengoba ngicela ukukusayina uyobe usephepheni ku-back page kusasa and ngempela but manje ke leyo nto leyo wazi ke ukuthi ke impilo yakho will never be the same. So masukunika nathi le mali, please boy, look after it. Mangabe uthi angeke ukwazi sitshele manje siyithathe enye siyokufakela yona. But manje uyiplayer maseyibona imali wamuzwa wena umuntu mayiseyitholile imali athi yayithathe wamuzwa
ayisabuyi.
It's not easy.
And you only find ukuthi these players sign these contracts bayajabula ukuthi uJunior usesayine kwi-Chiefs, bayajabula ukuthi uBrighton usesayine kwi-Pirates, but ziyashintsha izinto mesuphuma futhi.
Yeah.
The same people yibo laba abakhuluma kabi ngawo. You there Junior ekasi namajita bekubhekile akade ethi hawu uJunior ischeme sethu. Ingane kade zikulandela.
Yeah.
Usungasathola lutho. Benze njani labo bantu around you?
Yeah, my brother, inzima lento leyikhuluma inzima kakhulu. Ukuthi seyidlulile man, but mawukuyo ngoba ngidlule kuyo kumele ngikhulume ngayo, yabona. Thina mfethu ama-footballers siphana ngemali. And abantu spiritually ngizoyiphinda ngoba mina I believe spiritual abantu baganga man. Isintu truly speaking we like it or not. Abantu bagambela phambili mfethu. If izinto bezingasebenzi, I mean truly speaking kunabanye abantu spiritual bagangela yabo. So baningi abantu besibanika into zethu. I'm not saying khona into abazenzile, but like it or not mfethu ezinye izinto uyazibona either way good no. Ngigangelwe man. Mina there's a friend of mine bakethi mangihamba kuKaizer Chiefs besinamantombazana 6 ngize nechildren ahlele emotweni nechildren angeni but amantombazane mara ngene naye yabo phela mase uqala udlala abanokubracket uBraston will tell uma uqala i-team ikuthemba ukuthi mfana ngathi maka kunento asinika yona ezinye izinto noma bakadress yes that's a professional team we won't lie but definitely sure bazothi mabakutshela na ubone ukuthi khona nothando phakathi. I came with my friend with 6 women. I fall late episini mina ngawe episini ngoba bengibishayile bengilele late true mina online mfethu into edlulile effect same friend I think in 7 years or 5 years esikhathi masamba uthemi izinto zamazivaleka izinto zakhe zavuleka that person umuntu ewabheka le for me like umuntu benga like mfethu ukwabona bekuyikati negundwana not to say besingachesana but bawubona umuntu lo umuntu engathi wa celebrate cause some of the ama-scenario bengena kuyo bengena through yena and end up ngiba enemy through him because of him ugcina hamba nabo abuyela back kibo so bese kuyimi umuntu osele we understand and I can't talk about women because when you call them they tell you that you don't have money nabangani so-called friends member of umndeni i-treatment ayifani mfethu ngeke isafani angeke basacelebrate remember manje soyanqenga okay akusingithi ukuncenga phese awusanako lokubonako bebafuna lento lejersey le Kaizer Chiefs bolifakile bebathanda lo ngamanye amagama so you know angeke usatreatwa special uzothi mawufuna whatever bakutshela ukuthi nohamba uyisebenzele okanye angithi bojwayele mhlawumbe ukuthuma abantu mhlawumbe umthuma uBrown zele 6 uzofuna ukuthi uziyele
ngizozwa kona Brighton but Benson being a legend playing for these big teams isiyafika leyo situation as you said ukuthi bekunzima even to get to 7 rand wesinkwa but mawudlala you had friends abebekwazi you had also ama teammates abekwazi bahlehlile kwana did you experience the same thing and also family members?
I'm still saying I'm a different species in this game. I'm a different species. Everyone that encounter will tell I'm a different species. I will go with them, have fun with them, but I'm a different species. I know how to separate work, fun, and family. I used to do that. I didn't play football to be known. I didn't play football to be a star. I play football because I love it. And am I saying imali? But yo, hi, pelugamba matakes. Hey, my lady. Hi. Kunini Santoni Nya from Alexandra. Naimoto. Angel, manayo ukang. Na matakes. Tengel. But sister, phela ngifunde lokishini. Anikhethe isabaphi lapho niyoshaya isilungu kusasa nizokwazi ungikhulumela. Multiracial, my two sisters. Mamncane dala nisogola abantwana bayingakhi. Okay njalo uma baya esikolweni incwadi nani ngikhona mosengikhona. You cannot have Mhlongo but usanga sogola ngeincwadi neuniform. Ngumhlongo uthi njomane basiphile. I took myself as a one that is given a patent to say, look after a family. We're blessing you to take care of the family. So I cannot say abangani bangbalekele because mina bama abangani nathuli basasekhona abasabantu beball. One umuntu rugby who trained me while I didn't play Uvets for a season. Trained me and said I must wait for my chance. That's a friend I have. The other one, umuntu amasili petition, umakaveli, umnandi, umngani wami, because we didn't share friendship because of money issues. No, we share friendship to say, abazali bethu bahluphekile. Sibasiza kanjani? Yes, you'll meet those abasirobhile, ukuskemiwe mina. Over $1 million is gone. Investment. But invest. Now I'm asking myself, did I make a mistake? No. Do I understand what's investment? The answer is no.
Brighton, uhamba nomngane wakho yedwa manje.
Yeah.
Mawumile laphaya deciding to take your life. Obvious abasekho. babalekile abangani bakho makufika leso sikhathi ukuthi not playing anymore?
I think because he was in PE.
I was in PE.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yeah.
Mina, I was fortunate enough that towards my last days, actually I don't want to say my last days at Pirates because it's Sekaya.
Yeah.
And once you're always at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think prior to me going to Chipa, that's when I started to see certain things. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't say abangani in my part. I think sabantu indlela zethu asifani. That's why I said, for me now, the main important thing was to take responsibility and say it was me, because I had a choice. I've seen Abo Junior, I've seen Abo Shavul. There were people before me, you know. That's why you find that sometimes we always say a typical footballer story. Why do we always say that? It's because we can see, we can acknowledge,
Yeah.
but
You still do this.
we don't take accountability. And for me now, you cannot take responsibility without accountability. Hold yourself accountable and say, it's me. With me, I'm proud to stand up and say, it was me. Because indlela yami nakasibala ayifani. Simtho makathi asiyele, I have a choice to say mina ngifuna ukuya le. But yet here I am, I still did it. I went there. No one forced me. Yabo. So the one thing that I was proud of was that when we realized, it started with me, because the chairman did try to help me. He said, no, I want to take you to, you know, rehab. I want to take you to certain people. But Stan also did the same thing. Kept on asking me, boy, ngikusiza kanjani? 1, 2, 3. But mengakaphumi la. I found myself at some point ngihleli kanje ne-therapist mina. Ngithi uceda nini lo muntu ayabanda phela. Ngimbheke emehlo ngithi uceda nini angimuzwa. Into ayikhulumayo ngeke umuzwe because awuvulanga la. To say you need that help. Yabo. But ngathi mengifika ePE, when I went to the ocean, because remember when I moved to PE, I didn't know anyone apart from my former teammates. I think Bego Menzi, few guys, but bebahlala fair nami. So mina ngasizwa ukuthi ngwenya be strict. Bengafuni ukuthi ngihlale clubhouse. So now mengifika ku Chipa, same thing. I stayed far away from everyone. Yabo. So mengifika la, hey man, I'm always lonely. Khona into eshodayo emzimbeni wami. Mengijabulile ngiyaphuza. Mengikwatile ngiyaphuza. Kanti yini kahle kahle. Ngoba kusho ukuthi mina kahle kahle sekumdlalo lena. Then bengijwayele ukushaya ama walk nge-board walk. Yabo. Ebusuku ngishawa umoya ngikwazi ukuzicabanga. Hey man, kwafika isikhathi olady belibuya ku-accident serious blind yabo. And wazi ukuthi mina no chairman uChipa besivumelana ukuthi hey man, khona unesi usiza uma olady. And i-team yangisiza ngaleyo nto leyo. Yabo. So wena njengoba ungithatha kanje uzokwazi ungisiza na? Athi no, yonke into yabo. Kube nenkinga zakhona lezi ukuthi a delay ngama payments nani. Angiyazi leyo nto leyo, mind you. I'm used to a setup where yonke into yami mehlele. So now imagine as an individual what it does to your mind, and you are alone, far away from family, from everyone. It messed up with my head. La ngithi yazi indaba le bhola le sayingeni. I drank myself to a pulp, ne? Vaya ngiya boardwalk. And ngiphuze to a point where kubuhlungu umzimba. Ukubona akusase, it's no longer an emotional thing, because mase umzimba wakho ubuhlungu, it means you as an abuser, yabo. So mengifika la elwandle ngima kanje ngiyabheka lapha ngithi ngwenya mamela. You might as well save everyone the trouble. Ngena la. Mhlambe kuzothiwa hayi ubhayizele lapha emanzini. Istory ngeke kuthiwe he drank himself to a pub or what not. Kuyothiwa hey ubhayizele emanzini. Because lento yenzayo kuyafana, uzozibulala, and it will destroy the image ye family yakho and all the hard work, and that's not you. So you choose to uyajump or wenze njani. At the same time, there's another voice that says to me, if you turn back, you must know that you're making a promise with God to say you're going to change your life. You turn back, it means you are being saved from whatever that you wanted to do. It means you're going to change your life. And you're not changing your life alone. Now, you have to make sure that you plant that seed amongst Lababan so that you can come out strong and say, I've done it. That's why I need to mean my biggest comeback. People, they always stand up and say, my biggest comeback, I got the money. Man, saying Aspana or in. My biggest comeback was to win my mental challenge, my emotional well-being, being in control of my life, being saved and being able to stand up proud and tall to say to everyone, I've done it. I've done it. And I didn't do it because I had to go see a shrink. I didn't do it because in Bonum Tandas. I didn't do it. I say I did it because I owned up. I took responsibility, I took accountability, and then I said to myself, After doing that, to come back to what you were asking, Simtho, was that when I came back, I spoke to the same gents, I was lucky because the friends that I have today, I call them my brothers. I always say, always be your brother's keeper.
Yeah.
Those guys, all of them said, we'll support you. Ufuna senze njani? Sibeke nathi or siphuzele engubeni singaphuzi phambi kwakho. Yabo? So mina ngithi hayi make ngiyazini ukuthi ngibe grand. Ngithi ngizi-challenge because ukuyibalekela lento akusizi. Ngizothi mengiphuma ngihlangana nani nibushaya khona into ezongibamba musi bese ngiyangena. Yabo ngathi ngibizeni mesiphuma bafethu ngizobloma nani. Mina ngizoba udriver wenu. Because it's painful Simtho ukuvuka ekuseni. Yabo uJuna makade 15. Okwangilanda emahlathini okufika ngishayiswe itruck. People don't know about that.
Kwenze njani?
Here's why you nice. Sebayazi abantu namhlanje.
Sitsheleke ukuthi kwenzekani that day. Ngeke
So
sayile.
beka wangilanda kunzima. Ngifonele kuseni ntatha ngithi
washayiswa itruck, imoto. Usanenhlanhla.
And lapho ngithi hey ngiyabheda ngimvusa ukude kabi.
Sha.
That's when he had moved to Platinum. Sakahlale eHarties.
Yeah.
Ngimfonela ukude kabi. Ushaya imoto avuke ntatha ekuseni ushaya imoto eza. Atasiye sobona.
Shayiswa itruck.
Engilahlele emahlathini.
Uphuma.
Ntatha.
Uphuma.
Umshaya.
Uphuma.
Yebo. So no, bekuyinto zasebusuku. So what happened was bengise I think I was in Northwest, ne? Uchairman phone athi ngifuna ukubona ngo6 ekseni. Ngise Northwest. Ngithi mina hayi ngizodonsa imoto ngabo 2. Mayifike lento isithongwane mesifikela sidlala. Sithi kancane awuzithola usenkingeni. Yabo? So after that I had ama-accident amaningi. But ngibuye ngingalimali. Ngizibuza ukuthi kanjani. Yabo? And then that's when I told myself ukuthi hayi phela noma bathi kati 9 lives. I-credit score yami yehla manje.
Yeah.
And the credit score yami yehla, so sometimes you need to be grateful. You need to thank God ukuthi there's a reason. Khona umuntu othole accident first time and it's chai. Angenzanga na next.
You are being saved.
But wena, I want you to be a living testimony. That's why today I'm proud. That's why ngithi mina I get emotional because I didn't think ngizofika la. Many people said to me, uthi hey so now how many years ungaphuzi? Ngithi hayi first week but angeke kulunge. First week turned into a month turned into a year. Today it's 7 years. Abantu bathi hayi lo ngeke.
Positive.
Ngishaya itiye ngibona nje nginekhape elihle la Kopastel. Yabo ngishaya amanzi. But the main important thing for me was to be able to come out like what Juna is saying. I wish we can get those opportunities to stand in front of these boys and girls and everyone. Because, Tina, we might think it's a football thing, but it's a societal thing where we're dealing with a whole lot as a nation. And my story to you, it might be a typical footballer story, but to someone else, it's life-changing. So I just wish we could get these opportunities where we can stand up and say, these are the things that are happening. And nathi indlela sithole kulaba abasambele phambili.
Yeah.
Preston.
Yeah.
Sebesho kakhulu labafana.
Yeah.
It's a very touching stories. And also, as a father figure to them, especially sebe abantu baba write off. But na babasamile namhlanje. Ungathini ngibona Preston baqinisa.
Nami ukubaqinisa ngathi asibonge uNkulunkulu. You have to be thankful to God. And you must keep praying because it's not easy. Must keep praying. Ayikho enye into. Must keep praying to be saved. Ngoba phela manje besenihambile ma. Besenihambile. Hayi besenihambile madoda. Ukuthi nje nani nisanabo abakini amadlozi asasekhona. Basakwazile ukuthi ke bani purpose. It's not easy. Not everyone comes back. Ugcina uyihobo. But I'm so happy you guys have come out and you are telling the people out there, and especially the young ones and this generation that is playing now, ukuthi I've been there. You might not be lucky. You might not be lucky. You might go forever, never to come back. So you are back. And God bless you guys. And thank you once more for coming.
Junior, to that camera there, this show, yeah, Brastan, will be go YouTube, wherever, for a longest time. Umuntu mayifuna ukuyibuka, mese ibona years down the line, or 7 years. Yiphi advice ungabanika yona, especially the upcoming players?
Yeah, number one feature. Akusimasti with footballers, they must drink alcohol, my brother. Brothers, akusimasti with inphuza utshwala, because football and alcohol is not going to be this. Akusindewa, azambelana. Nyaza abanye they can justify it in an impact. When you are drunk, you are under influence. That's why I'm out trying for phuzile bakubamba. You are under influence. Well, utshwala uyaboshwa.
Yeah.
So utshwala uluzumndeni, you won't be respected. Awukwazi ukubeka imithetho, imigomo. Angeke uzube nefamily. So alcohol, I've got friends, superstars. Previously, gift was by my friend. I'm talking about Lerime, the late gift. Emmanuel Skarangobe said, those were my friends. And look, if the day he died, we were together in Alex, Monday session. Magasuka gave my head texting Guti Agafing. So I'm an example. I won't point fingers. I will say to everyone, I'm in these interviews. Don't think good bag exposure. I started like this today in just Bagakulu. I'm not working with one company, I'm working with a couple of companies. You can make your name if you live clean. So if you can live clean, I don't believe with the football it's a short career. You can still work with that name. If you work hard, live clean, play much longer, because my discipline will play much longer. As I'm saying, mina, which we and I'm still going to do more. But Brighton protection into 9 years this and I'm not doing, I don't owe anybody like explanation. I need someone to bang a but mina in and I thank God for another opportunity. I'm very humble with this. This is a show we emphasize everybody. Whereby I never thought I can drive a car clean. I never thought I can feed them. Today I'm a father, feeding 4 kids. I'm in charge of my family. I make sure my mom is happy. I've got things I'm doing, and I make sure I serve other people. So I'm humble. Always pray for Mhlongo Pila. I'm talking to everyone, not footballers. Yeah, thanks.
Brighton.
Yeah, look, first and foremost, I think the main important thing for me is to thank Brastan, the production team, for this platform. I think most importantly, as South Africans, we do need to be heard. We do need the platform. And shows like these ones, they do offer us that platform, like Junior has said, you know, to be able to talk and speak up. But our talking should be about giving life experiences and our lessons going forward. And then I think one important thing that I'll highlight on is that it's high time we break the generational curse, more especially in football. It's about time now we are proactive as opposed to being reactive. Much as we say, Tina Stella Lauma opportunity, Tina, with our foundation, Mhlongo Foundation, we go to schools, we knock at doors to say, as for Stella, opportunity to talk. And I think I'm also going to challenge other players as well to say, rather ngihambe nge-Rand Stadium ngiyonoka, ngithi I want to have a chat with the boys, rather have the team shut me down, as opposed to us saying, asibizwa. What are we doing about it? It's high time we take full responsibility. The same way the other senior players, they kept on giving us, you know, basfeeder, you know, knowledge and experience. We shouldn't stop by saying, the intonas mamel or ban in. Let's go out there, drive around, sit him down. Let's take full responsibility as well to say, I will help where I can. To a point that if I can't, you know. So lastly, to Amachita, I get a whole lot of questions in terms of how did you make it? We see you doing this, you're doing that and whatnot. Firstly, it's by the grace of God. That's what happened with me. I stayed strong in prayer. But most importantly, I believed in myself. I believed in the power of change. To say, I can do it, I can change. And when I started doing that, that's when I learned Uguti. Like Junior is saying, football, Ile Foundation, it gave me something. But it's up to me if I'm going to make something out of it, what it gave me. So presentation is key. If I were to learn something, maybe back then, I think presentation, how you articulate yourself, how you present yourself out there to people, because these are the very same people whom tomorrow will be able to call you and say, he's very humble. He knows his work. So as footballers, we need to change that narrative about footballers saying, life is not even all about this. Iskela sako, if bekngasi English, iskela sako can be woodwork. Iskela sako can be administration, be street smart, be book smart in terms of how to run a team. Iskela sako can be marketing as a footballer. You can be a marketer at a team. You can be a media officer at a team. It doesn't mean you have to own a degree to do those things. It's due to presentation yomuntu nempato yakhe ukuthi uzipresenta kanjani ngaphandle. So all I can say is abafowethu, let's start thinking big, let's start dreaming big. Asizifisela okuhle. And I think more especially with TV, the one thing I've learned ever since I got into this media space is that there's a question important, but when someone is watching you, your viewers, what do you want them to see about you? What do you want them to think about you before you can even utter any word? That should speak for yourself, Uguti. This guy, he understands his story. Because today you can be a junior Khanye, you can be a Brighton Mhlongo, you can be a Benson Mhlongo. But tomorrow, you can be a nobody. So it's all up to you. So don't let anyone write your story. Hold that pen, own your story, so that it can be chapter and chapter and chapter for the legacy to come and for the young ones, so that mesukuma athi mina ubaba mbeku junior Khanye. Uqale la kwenzakala so, but akugcinanga lapho. Ithe meseka evala le chapter le isazochubeka nizoyibona ngami. Yeah, but thank you so much.
He's not down and out. These players are not down and out, Preston.
No.
But thank you so much, Preston, for giving these young stars and players a platform to express and also give advice to younger generation. Sibonga wena, Preston, for these times.
Thank you very much.
Gents, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Ingakho sithi-ke, cheers.
Cheers. So how long did you referee until you retired?
19 years in the PSL. I never cut age. By the time I started, it was later because I was around 30 when I come to 28 when I come to PSL.
Yeah. So 19 years experience.
19 years experience.